Well, we are, believe it or not, already getting ready. We're getting close to the budget process already starting for next year. It seems like it's going to be something that's going to commence right when we get into January, whether it's the what kind of money we're going to be receiving from the state, because the state will be back in session in January, to what are going to be our objectives for the coming fiscal year. So, and since I did not get in until after the budget for this year was passed, in fact, it was right after they voted to pass it is when I got sworn in. I mean, one of my big goals that I'd like to see, and I know I've talked to a lot of people on the east side of 50 in my ward that live over there, is to see about getting Elliott Road, where the Giant and the Walmart are, brought up to town standards, because we took that over from the county. And I would like to see it brought up to standards where there's sidewalks for people to walk on. Tie that in with the intersections that are coming across, and 328 and 331. The town engineer, Rick Van Emberg, and I have been working to try to court the state into putting sidewalks on 328 and 331, so there'll be kind of a seamless avenue for you to walk from downtown across 50 and vice versa. There's still obviously work with Easton Point. Right now it's kind of in a holding pattern because of some of the businesses that are at Easton Point need to be relocated someplace else before really major investment in construction can proceed. Route 50 really it can be a dividing factor, because I'll be honest with you, in the summertime, I dread going across 50 because you sit at that light for 5 minutes at least to get across there, it seems like. I mean, you still come into town. I mean, there's still a whole lot that attracts people, even on that side of 50, who are going to want to come in there. But I think it'd be important. You have those apartments that just went in on 328. Looking at, we were talking about Galway Farm and how that 11 acres is up for discussion about whether to move it to priority 1 to eventually annex it. If you look at the comprehensive map for Easton, most of the future growth is going to be on that side of 50. Starting off on the right foot and making those areas walkable to begin with, and then new neighborhoods tying into that would be a benefit for down the road. I mean, you see the work that's being done at JCPenney, the old JCPenney building. That would probably be the most positive thing right now, because you are going to see that storefront be utilized. If I'm not mistaken, there will be a Marshall's, I believe, and a Five Below, which is a kind of like I guess like a Dollar General type building. It's going well, I think. I mean, it's been educational. People on the council are great. John Ford, Ron Engel, Megan Cook, Al Silverstein, they've been phenomenal, kind of guiding me through the process, and a lot of it first time around is, at least the way I've always learned is, pay attention to what the people who've been there before are doing, and they'll kind of guide you in the right direction. Yeah. And those are 4 great people to follow. I think it's been educational as far as getting to talk with a lot of different people. People email me, phone calls. In fact, I teach down at Mardella Springs near Salisbury. So unfortunately, there's a lot of events that go on in town that I don't get to participate in during the day. But I think through technology, have been able to keep in touch with a lot of people, sending out emails and contacts on social media and phone calls. We had a great meeting with Verizon not too long ago. I know there's a lot of people who've been upset with Verizon's cell phone service in town, and they have promised that they are going to work to improve that. They've built 2 new towers. And those 2 new towers are supposed to be in service shortly. That will supposedly greatly improve service. Well, the Easton Volunteer Fire Department just put into service a brand new rescue truck, $800,000 roughly, that the department fundraised for. So that was money that did not come from the town. That's a lot of bingos and the beer fest and different fundraisers like that, golf tournament, 5Ks, just a lot of time. So that was good, because that rescue unit gets used a lot. It goes to almost every single fire because it has a air system on it. It goes to all the, obviously, the rescues in town and in our first two. So that's been good. It's been a very busy year for them. Talking to Chief Sonny Jones, I think we were over 1,200 calls last year, and this year we're going to be probably pretty close to that same number. So we're one of the busiest departments on the shore.